Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Rogues Gallery Live. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 72. And I have entitled it Fall Has Arrived because happy first day of fall, everybody. Yep. How's it going, guys?
Good.
I absolutely love the fall. I know not everybody does, depending on where you live with the rainy weather and the cold temperatures. I'm sure sunny Southern California probably stays exactly like it does the rest of the year, which must be nice. But anyway, I love the fall, and that is the countdown to so many exciting things in the collecting world, Halloween and the holidays, which, of course, we're going to have all sorts of fun here on the channel. But I do want to introduce our crew tonight. Let me get this box off of their faces because usually we have at least a fifth person. So I'm going to get that off there so we can see everybody. But right over here, we have Mr. Eric B. in the house. How's it going, Eric?
Doing good. Same as you. I love the fall. I got my full colored shirt on tonight, and happy first day of fall to everybody.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. We also have right here below me, we have Mr. Jeff Morris in the house. How's it going, Jeff?
I'm good. Sorry, I'm what held us up tonight because I'm stupid.
Well, we were talking about before the show. So we have a rogues chat, when we get going, and I'll ask a question, then we'll get off topic, and then there'll be like 15 other responses, and then we won't see what I actually asked, or or somebody will click a link, and then we keep going. And so it's hard to find some things sometimes with our chat because we like to chat, and that's the whole point. So anyway, it's no worries at all. Just glad that you're here. And speaking of Jeffs, we have one more, as always, from the Secret Sanctuary on YouTube. Again, that man in the lucky Southern California. We have Mr. Jeff Delaney. How's it going, sir?
When does summer start again?
heck if I know. It's like summer most of the year in Kansas. So it's either extremely cold or it's extremely hot. We don't really have a fall or a spring most of the time.
Well, we just left my mom's house where it's 91 degrees.
Wow. Nice.
It's nice here too, but more like mid-70s.
Yeah, it's been colder here. We had a cold front move in, so it's a little bit, a little bit more fall-like, kind of like the 80s ish. So that's not too bad. But how's New York, Eric? Are you guys recovered from the flooding? Are things kind of back to normal, or is it still kind of a crap show there?
No, it cleaned up pretty quick. The few days after. I mean, for the people that got their houses destroyed, I'm sure they're still dealing with it. But the weather's back to normal. We go from highs and lows. One day it's cold, one day it's hot. So it's a little mixture right now.
How did they get the water out of the subways? Like I still like that footage was still the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I have no idea. Even the airports, like Newark Airport was the same way. The whole first floor lobby was just flooded.
I was just thinking, like, it's just basically a pit, like a layered pit. And like, how do you pump? I mean, I'm assuming they pumped it out, but do they keep running service?
Yeah. From what I know, everything's back to normal. So, yeah.
That is just nuts. How about you, Jeff Morris? Is it cooler where you are too?
It was cooler today. It was like upper 60s, low 70s, which was unusual. So I would assume we're going to go back to probably 80s.
Yep, that'll be nice. So we have a lot going on tonight. We have a lot of topics to talk about, which is funny because when we were talking last week, we're like, what are we going to talk about on this week's show? We didn't have any ideas, but now there's so many things to talk about that happened over this last weekend. And I kind of felt a little bit out of the loop. We went to Colorado this weekend for my uncle's funeral. And so it was kind of a whirlwind weekend, but lots of going on. But let's talk a little bit about statues real quick. Did you guys order anything, get anything in? I definitely did this week for sure. How about the rest of you guys?
Thanks to Jeff Delaney and his reminder in his group, I ordered something a little bit different, and I ordered a Rapunzel tower for my wife as a
Nice.
present. So
I
that comes in
was-
tomorrow.
Super tempted by that. I'm curious to hear what you feel about it when you get it tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it looks nice. I wanted to order it when it first came out, and I was like, do I have anywhere to put it? And then you posted that link like it's low stock, and they got me with the low stock warning, and I ordered it.
I wish they'd given us a close up of Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Is that Anesco company, or is it yeah.
It's got that Jim Shore design on it.
They do a lot of really great work. I can't remember if it's like Beast Kingdom or somebody that does a lot of really great Disney, like larger scale statues. There's a lot of great Disney stuff on the Sideshow website. I'm assuming that's where you got it from.
Yeah, through Sideshow. Yeah, it's a big piece. I think it's 18 inches tall. So
That's awesome.
pretty big
You'll
base.
have to share it with us. A lot of great pieces. So that's awesome. Congratulations on that. How about Jeff and Jeff?
I haven't ordered anything, but my Deadpool should be shipping today.
Oh, nice. That'll be great. So you'll have it like later tonight. Right?
Normally I would have it tomorrow, but now it's kind of a crapshoot with UPS whether I get it the next day or not.
The real question is, will you get it tomorrow and then wait 2 or 3 weeks to do a review?
No,
Yes.
I don't do that with pieces that are brand new.
Yes. Okay.
Out for months that I take a little longer.
That's right. Well, I had to give you a hard time, right?
Yep, sure.
That's right. That's right. Well, I'm excited to see that. That's going to be a really great piece. Where are you going to put that? Was it behind you?
Yeah, it'll be behind me. It'll be with Thor and Hulk and all those fellows.
Our Batman and Superman going to have to slide over a bit?
Yeah, everything's going to have. Actually, I had another piece there before. I can't remember what it was. So it can take one more piece, but they just have to be a little closer.
That's cool. That's awesome. Well, congratulations. I'm really excited to see that one in your review. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too.
How about you, Jeff? Anything in your wheelhouse?
I did not order anything. I did get this in.
Ooh, CGC.
So it's,
Very nice.
Oh,
That's
man,
cool.
that's an old one. Is that a 70s?
yep.
Brave and the Bold.
December 1970.
Neil Adams cover.
Yeah.
Right. Okay,
Very
so
spooky.
so tell me, like, why did you order that one? Why? What sentimental value do you have to it?
I think I had this one
That's cool.
as a kid.
That's cool.
It reminds me of something that I would have got as a kid because I always tend to, it kind of reminded me of a Scooby-Doo thing.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah,
It looked like
I was
it'd be
thinking that too.
Scooby-Doo. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Actually, I said Neil Adams cover, but there's interior art by him too in that issue.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a Denny O'Neil story, Neil Adams cover and art.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I always say that Scooby-Doo is where I fell in love with Batman. Seeing him on those special episodes. So that's really cool. Congratulations. That's awesome. Let's see. I'm trying to think. So obviously I got the Batman Hush Batcave in. I ordered Huntress randomly and I got her in. She's right over there.
Nice.
For at least for right now. And I did order the new Catwoman premium format.
Okay.
So she's on the list. Did I order anything else? I did order Talon since our last show. I know wherever Dan is tonight, he's like pointing a finger like, why did you order it? But I just did because I felt like if I didn't order from Prime 1 directly, I worry about cancellation. So I went ahead and just did it. And the crazy thing is, like, we've talked for a long time about shipping costs from Prime 1. So people were telling me in the live stream, my Batman Hush from Sideshow, $368. It's cheaper shipping from Prime 1 and no tax.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
So I'm like,
Crazy.
so maybe the tide's flipped a little bit. We've been talking about how evil Prime 1 is with their shipping, but you got to do the math on every single one of these now.
Yeah. Sideshow would, for that piece, Sideshow would have been $307 to me. And I'm only 70 miles away.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Good Lord. That doesn't
How
make
is Prime
doesn't make any sense.
1's customer service though if something goes wrong and you have to return it?
That's a good point.
I've heard it's been decent, but it takes time. But it's the same thing with like Sideshow. Like I filed a claim with Sideshow because on the bat sensor, the button, I don't know if you watched it on the live stream. I also talk about it in the review that's coming up this week. I have three big reviews filmed and edited and ready to go. But the button, like, it works, but it doesn't stick. You know, like usually when you click something, it clicks on and off, or like you can hear the click. There's no click, so the mechanism isn't working. So I'm assuming Sideshow will say, well, either we can replace it, or more than likely they'll just say, here, we'll give you a little bit of a refund or something.
Right.
Does it light up and work?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go grab it real quick. Hold on.
It just seemed to want to flicker. It was like in the video, it seemed like it had a short.
Yeah,
like it was not completely connecting somewhere.
Like Sideshow said, okay, well, like check to make. Sometimes there's excess paint that'll get in there and cause issues. Like there's no excess paint. They said try fresh batteries. These are fresh batteries, but there's this little tiny button that's actually recessed.
Yeah.
When you click it, like, see, it turns on. Yeah. I'm holding it down, but as soon as I let go, like it won't.
Yeah, sit there and hold it.
Yeah, it will not click on. Which again, it's not something that I'm gonna have on, but I still want it to work. I still want it to be able to work.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, more than likely, what I'll do is if I am able to get another one. I mean, that's the problem is this is a big piece to replace.
Yeah.
And it, if it takes 3 or 4 months to get it from Prime 1 through Sideshow, that's okay. I'm not in a big hurry because it still looks fine. But if I ever do sell it, I want it to make sure it's working. But anyway, so I'm kind of going back and forth with them right now. And I'll notify you guys and let you know what's going on with that. But so anyway,
I did order something.
Oh, what'd you get?
I ordered the XM Swamp Thing.
Oh, really?
That's right. That is right. Congratulations, man. I tell you, I don't know. I cannot think of a piece that has been up for pre-order. A company goes in and adds to it for the same price.
Yep.
And it blows, no offense to the artist, but it blows the other one out of the water. Like it is awesome.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And XM could have easily said, okay, we'll offer this extra bust, extra torso for another $300 or $400. They could have easily done something like that. But
yep, I can't believe it's still available.
I know,
because they're only making $499 maximum. It's made to order with a maximum of $499.
It looks so good, and I don't know. I think maybe part of the issue is, and maybe I felt like what they showed was renders, like they were really good renders. I don't know if they were actually the physical statue, and maybe people want to see that possibly. I don't know. But regardless, I think XM is going to do a phenomenal job.
I do too.
We really are. So yeah, we got some good stuff ordered, I think. Good stuff coming in from all four of us. So that's exciting. Let me say hello to folks really quick. We'll do a really quick roll call, and then we will get started on all the news. Nick Evader just joined and became a Brotherhood member on Monday night when we did the live unboxing for Batman. So that was awesome. We've got Chester Smith, Brotherhood member Jedi Chisel is here. Lucas Gomez, Borg Cube 1 of 2. Hello to you, Brotherhood member. Eric, of course, is right. I'm always backwards, but right there. There you go. We got Bats in the Belfry, another member. Thank you for being here. And thank you for your support, guys. Orchid Voodoo. We got the Spider, Late Night Trip. Matt T is in the house, not feeling well tonight. So thank you very much, Matt. I hope you're doing well. Captain Trenchcoat is here. Hey, crew. How's it going in the Batcave? Doing really well. Thank you. Brotherhood member Mike Stainbrook is here from Canada, as always. We've got Lane Kramer. Brotherhood member Badman is here. Ryan Eckholt, excuse me. Yeah, we're going to talk about the dark side news for sure. Let's see. Hello to you. We've got Ashley in the house. She's chiming in from work. Had kind of a rough day, so I'm sending my thoughts out to you. Dennis Perez from Puerto Rico. We've got Leo, Brotherhood member Team Mitchell is here. Nathan Chaffman in the house. Hello to you. We've got Midnight Dip. Alfonso Adam. We got the Clown Prince of Crime Hudson. Hello to you. We've got Ben Workman. We've got the Watchtower. Chris and Logan, another member. Still fighting here with COVID-19. Man, bad run. That is stuck around for them. So I really am sorry to hear that. Thoughts are with you guys. Django's in the house. I see you moved the Joker bust. Yes, somebody noticed that. So I'm trying it out to kind of see if I put statues on either side, what that looks like. I kind of like it. What do you guys think? Do you kind of like it over there?
Yeah.
Looks good.
It's a nice change. I like to move stuff around.
Yeah. So
it just makes stuff kind of re-interesting.
Yeah. I agree. We'll talk about my display here in just a bit.
It's different.
We've got, let's see, Vane 21 is here. Elijah Mack, Lucas Gomez. Oh boy, I'm really behind. Jeez. Okay. Edwin Diaz. Oh, we got a $5 super chat. Midnight Dip. Thank you very much for the super chat. Some lucky fellow New Yorker won $432 million in the lottery. I won $25, so here's $5 for the VSC. Well, thank you very much for giving me part of your cut. That's fantastic. I wish you would have won the $432 million, but that would have been pretty freaking sweet. But thank you very much for the super chat, Midnight Dip. Thank you. Let's see. We got Eric Peter Carlson in the house. Hello to you. When's that movie of yours coming out, Eric? Eric's been working on a Disney film, so that's really cool. Yeah, he got the Rapunzel Tower in Sideshow. Jerry Bourne is here. Let's see. Nelson Ortega. Just trying to skip down through. Sorry if I miss anyone. Kevin Callister. Fresh from Home Alone. Lane Kramer, a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Lane. Hey, a general question: how hard are 1/3 scale statues to sell? I have to sell a Sideshow or
Street Fighter.
Oh, Street Fighter Cammy one from PCS in November. I still have the box and shipper. It's not hard to ship them, especially if they are, if somebody's willing to pay for them. The biggest issue right now is shipping costs. Your buyer is going to have to be willing to pay shipping unless you're somewhere that they can pick up locally. I'm in the middle of Kansas. Nobody wants to come here to pick up a statue. If that was the case, that would be heaven. I'm sure Eric probably has an easier time being in the New York area. There's so many collectors in the area that probably you could arrange, to meet somewhere or something, but it really just depends. But shipping costs, I'm telling you right now, I sold a lot of my Prime 1 Arkham pieces, like the Freeze and Croc. Holy crap, those prices were insane. And not everybody's going to be willing to pay that. The Cammy is probably pretty small, though, I would think. So, again, I'm not really sure. But, again, thanks, Lane, for the $5 super chat. That's awesome. Thank you. Tone Corona's here. Hello, Brotherhood member, and also Brotherhood member Brad. What if the Avengers didn't become superheroes and instead collected and talked about statues? Well, we are the Avengers. We are the Rogues Gallery. So that's exactly what's happening. I don't think the Prime 1 points expire. Jerry Bourne says Prime 1 is awesome customer service. Do I miss anybody? I think I'm getting kind of caught up. Wanda Quinn is here. Ryan is here. Code Gias anime fan. One thing that I think most of us can agree is that the Batman has the best rogues gallery of any superhero. I would say that is correct. I'd say maybe Spider-Man second.
Yep.
Jerry Bourne said Jim Mint had a prototype of the XM Swamp Thing. Absolutely. And here's a little spoiler. Are you guys ready? A little spoiler on the channel. I kind of teased it, but this week I have another XM piece. A prototype. I had a chance to review the Scarecrow, the Samurai Scarecrow. So that was very awesome. So I'm really excited to get that video out to you. And I also have another kind of big surprise that we'll talk about too concerning that piece. So anyway, yeah, it's very exciting to get a prototype from XM. Oh, Eric says distributor is looking at releasing it the first quarter of next year. A lot of inside discussions on how to handle theatrical releases these days. That's cool. Yeah, he did a Disney. I guess it's a Disney fan film. I think I don't know exactly the ins and out of it, Eric, but that's awesome. Congratulations, Josh Grayson, first time joining in for a live stream. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Thank you. All right, so I think I caught up everybody. 109 people watching right now. Thank you guys. 113 just jumped up. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you guys. If you would, please hit the like button. That does help other collectors just like you find this content. So thank you very much. And also, I want to plug real quick again, Secret Sanctuary right down. Man, I'm always backwards, but right there. Make sure you visit his channel as well on YouTube. That does help his channel out tremendously. And Gotham's Mind, another Brotherhood member, just joined us. So thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it. So let's see. I want to start out. I want to get to the news, but I want to start out with your opinion about something. And I want to ask the chat as well. So I just got in Batman Hush, and I put him over in my villains display. I'm going to put up the picture, and there it is. So a lot of people have given me really positive feedback. Some people are like, okay, what's up with the spaces? You should really move things around. I have ordered Talon, like I mentioned. I have Harley Quinn for the last 3 years on order. She will technically go where, right next to Batman. They've teased a Penguin. They've teased some other characters. And so originally my plan, and again, I'll put this back up again. Originally my plan was to put the Jason Fabok piece in the middle there. I typically like more of a dark Batman. And, they've kind of, some people have thought that they'll probably do this blue one in black as well. Looks really great. And I believe it was one of you fine gentlemen that said, Chris, did you consider the cape height? And I just ordered because I loved it. And it's something that I could probably, fix or tweak with the shelving. I'm still debating whether to get the Fabok piece. I still really like it, but do I need a Fabok and a Fabok Batman versus Joker diorama? Do you guys all agree that the diorama is a better piece? Or do you think, no, you don't think so? You think the Fabok piece is better?
I like that. Yeah, I like the Fabok piece better, but I like the Hush piece better for your display. Okay. Jeff Morris, do you agree with that?
I think the Hush looks better there. I think the Fabok, I think when people get it, I don't think there's going to be much that can go with it.
Okay.
I think it's going to overshadow everything because it's so big.
But like Jeff just said, he likes the individual statue better than the Fabok versus Joker diorama, right? That's what I heard you say, right? Do you, Eric and Jeff, do you both agree with that? Or do you like the diorama better? Okay.
Yeah, it's a tough choice. I'm going to pick the diorama just because it's so different and you don't see that every day.
With the wings flying up and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, it's Batman versus Joker.
I don't know how I could be the Batman statue collector and not get that piece. Joker versus Batman has always been my favorite. Like those two characters. I wish Joker was a little bit more pronounced. You could see him a little bit better in that. But I just feel like that's a piece that I'm going to have to get. So again, whoever it was, one of you gentlemen again suggested you said, hey, put that up in the middle when you get it in and see what it looks like. And again, people have really thought it looks really great. Where my issue lies a little bit is that I am not a giant fan of the blue Batman. I love this piece. I am so impressed with it, but the blue color is not my favorite version of Batman. And so somebody had this up for sale. I see it right now in the shot. Somebody has it for sale right now, and it's the Noel that Jeff has behind him. I thought, what if, because I sold my Noel, what if I got Noel? He's more of that dark, brooding version. He's a little bit smaller than the Batcave version. What if I put that in with the villains, whereas the villains were more of the highlight? Batman still raged in the middle. I took the Batcave over to the other side and made it Batman surrounded by his heroes. I have the Hush Huntress. I can get the Hush Nightwing or whoever, the Catwoman, if they make her. What do you guys think of that idea as opposed to keeping the blue one in the middle? I'll put it up while you're talking.
I think no matter how good this looks to everybody else, it seems to bother you because the blue's not your favorite, and I think you're gonna do it anyway. Whether it's something else or it's Fabric or Noel, I don't know. You got to go with what you like,
Yeah.
I think it looks good. I think it stands out because he's blue, and it kind of just makes him look like the centerpiece of the display.
I think it matches the colors of the others too.
Yeah, it's all very
Because the
vibrant.
purple in the pants of Joker and the orange of Deathstroke and green Ivy.
Do you feel like most people have said, well, he's just so blue that he's your focal point? And I'm not sure if I want Batman to be the focal point in this display because I want it to be about the villains. And so that's where I'm conflicted. But
you don't want him too diminished either.
Yeah,
that's true. Do you feel like the Noel is too diminished though?
Like I'm thinking of my sanity piece, and obviously he's in the black suit. And, the villains are, I think, the star of that piece just because he's surrounded by the villains. You have 10 or 11 villains surrounded by Batman. I think this is so much different, though, because it's not, they're more spread out and it's 1/3. I don't know. I just feel like this works a little bit better. But like I said, you got to go with, your gut feeling. If you don't like the blue, then you're never going to like it.
Orchid Voodoo says, "Get the damned, it's superior." I do like that piece, but I just feel like I like the Noel better.
But you said you don't like the blue, but you're gonna like it somewhere else in the room?
Yes.
Okay.
I know that's weird, but I just don't know. Like I don't know. I just feel like it almost for me lights it up too much. That's why I feel like if I had him over on the other side of the room. Maybe I don't know, because to me it would make sense to have Batman, Huntress, Nightwing kind of in a grouping. I also really want to get the Joker from that Say Cheese Joker with the Hush head, and I thought I could put that right up here next to him. So that would keep those separate because I don't really want to move the Bermejo Joker. I don't want to have two Jokers in the same space. So I'm just trying to think logistically. If I have a pairing up here, let's say the Noel surrounded by the villains there, Batcave over here with some heroes. I don't know. What do you guys think of that idea?
I think no matter where you put that Batcave Batman, it's going to look good. Question is, do you leave it where it is right now?
Right.
Put something else there.
The other thought I had is right here. Again, let me show you here. So I've got my Sideshow display. Again, this will probably all change whenever I do some construction in here, but I have this case. I moved the bust out of the way. What if I put Hush right there on that display stand?
Is that stand big enough?
I think so. Maybe not. Maybe I'd have to build a little bit bigger stand. I don't know.
He might almost be too vibrant for that right side. You would have to try it out.
Yeah. Eric and I were talking about the show. Like, just move these around. Like, figure out where you want them. Like, they're freaking 1/3 and they each weigh 90 pounds. Like, they're so hard to move. You have to take them all apart and you worry about breaking them. Like, I hate moving these things.
I'm going to have to Photoshop it for you.
That's right. I know. So maybe somebody could Photoshop this picture. It's on Facebook. Maybe somebody can Photoshop this picture with the Noel in the middle.
And make him black, the black version, if they ever make one.
Yep, and actually somebody did that. They did the black version, but
but do it in your picture.
Oh, do it in this picture. Yeah, do it in this picture. That would be pretty cool. So if anybody has any Photoshop skills, I'm going to challenge you to figure out if you could do it or not. But there is no question. Like, I agree with everybody. I feel like this really does look really, really good. I guess for me, as a Batman collector, I'm not used to vibrant colors. Like,
you know what it is?
I don't have a Superman. I don't have bright Marvel characters. I've got dark black grays with little hints of color. So having this giant amount of blue is kind of like, to my eye, it's like, ooh, holy moly, it's just too much almost for me.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Give it a week.
Yeah, and you're right. You said the exact same thing about the Batman torso bust. I said it's too big, and you're like, give it a week, Chris. And you're exactly right, Jeff. You're always right on the money.
I wonder if Noel might be a little small.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah,
because he's good size, but I almost wonder if he wouldn't be smaller or too small in proportion to the others.
Well, you have him next to Batman Who Laughs, which Chris has also.
Right. Yeah. He was really comparable because he's kind of down a little bit, like he's leaning down a little bit. But size wise, he was very comparable to the Bermejo Joker.
Yeah.
And
you could raise it up.
You could raise it up, absolutely. And that's why I thought, like, if I had him where he's still kind of like he's fighting and still have all of the villains coming down on him, I still feel like it would highlight the villains better, because that's what I want the focus to be. I want it to be the villains, that section be the villains.
And you could put that cape in.
Yeah, like
you can fill up the space.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember how I had it, but I had it like really tight and scooped in. So again, the guy's selling it for $800. I thought maybe I'll just get it and see, so I can like put my mind to rest. And I know these are major collecting problems that we're talking about right now, but I just wanted to get your what you guys thought about it, your input. But I mean, either way, I think I'm going to be okay.
I think in the end, you're going to end up with the black variant of the Hush Batcave.
Oh man, I don't want to sell that one. I don't want to sell the blue one. I know, but it is so good.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, you might be right. I guess we'll see.
But man, that blue looks so good.
It does.
And I mean, it is. It looked from the video, it looks like it is so on the money.
You'll be able to see it in the review even better. But
I felt like the shape of the cowl and the head looked closer to Jim Lee's art.
I agree.
Because there's a line that the other one didn't seem to have.
Yeah. It was surprising to me how I really thought they would be very, very similar in color, but they're very, very different in color. This is so much more 70s. I always say 70s blue. Whereas this is still a beautiful blue, but it's a lot darker. The original Hush head is a little bit larger than the new Batcave, but not by much. But I agree. I do a comparison side by side with the heads in the review, and yeah, the new Batcave looks way more like Jim Lee to me. So they've done a really nice job with it. Really nice job. So anyway, we'll move on from that. And let's talk a little bit about kind of the big news from this weekend that a lot of people in the community, including myself, are very, I don't know, cautiously optimistic. Would you say that that's kind of the correct words to say?
Yeah.
So is it Dark Side Studios? Is that what it was, right? Is that the right name?
I believe so. Let me...
Dark Side Collectibles or something?
Something. Okay, so this is a company. I've looked into them. I've talked to other folks in the community, and they are a legit company. They are producing some things like Star Trek Spock and some other licenses. But I don't think they've actually released anything yet, as far as I know. Like, things are up for pre-order. They have the official logos and everything. They are a legit company. Well, then they, out of the blue, announced, I've got 4 or 5 photos to show you, and this was the first one. So this was the first announcement. This is the Batman 1/3 scale Legacy Collection. Of course, this is the Michael Keaton Batman, which, again, look at those bats. What does that look like? Very similar to the Hush that we just talked about. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the Joker. And this is the very famous scene where he takes his hat off and shoots his boss. And so this image sent the collecting world into a frenzy. because if there's one thing you are as a Batman fan that you're hungry for, is a Michael Keaton and a Nicholson Joker. Now, the issue has been talking with other statue companies, talking with other, folks over the years. It's like, Prime 1 was going to do a 1/3 Keaton. Apparently, they didn't get approval from Keaton, or the likeness wasn't okay or good enough. We've heard stories and rumors about the asking price from Nicholson for his likeness, or even just getting approval from Warner Brothers in general, which is crazy to me because it seems like this would be something that would just print money, because there's such a giant demand for it. I can see, especially with like Keaton starring in the new Flash movie and stuff like that. Like there's going to be this hunger for it. And the only company that I know of that's been licensed for a Nicholson portrait was Hot Toys. I've heard they paid an astronomical amount of money for that license. So then you have to think, okay, this is a new company. They are teasing major licenses here. They have teased this one right here. Like I said, the Keaton and Joker, again, in 1/3 scale. So that definitely has my attention big time and probably screws up my entire plan for my collection. They also teased this right here, the 1/3 scale Danny DeVito Penguin, and also the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. Again, these are just silhouettes, so we don't actually know what the statue is going to look like. We also got this render here of kind of what the Keaton looks like. Very good likeness, in my opinion. Obviously, a masked and unmasked portrait. So that is very exciting and a very stoic pose. We also got this image right here, Batman Death in the Family. Again, this is a 1/4 scale premium statue. And it says classic comic version and also modern animated version. So 2 very different versions. Obviously, you can see the blood, which is iffy on Warner Brothers pieces. So that's another big announcement. They also announced this here. This is the Batman Hellbat suit, and I'm not as familiar with this one. This must be Batman Beyond, or something along those lines. But that suit as well in apparently 2 different versions. And then last but not least, Superman the movie. And this is a 1/3 scale legacy statue featuring the likeness of Christopher Reeve. So again, all major characters. You would think major bucks in terms of licensing. How do you think they did this? Like, is this going to happen? Is this legit? I'm curious as to what you guys think about this announcement, because it's been interesting to see the community. They are very like, what? Like, how is this even possible? Is this legit? How could they possibly get these licenses to do these characters? And how much? I mean, think of the amount of money. What do you guys think about this announcement? Because we haven't seen anything else. We thought maybe we would see something Batman Day, but we didn't. So what do you guys think?
Well, before we even go to that, they also announced Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, The Matrix, and Thundercats Classic.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's it. Damn.
But I mean, we don't really know who they are. So there may be some money there to do this.
That's very possible.
So I loudly expressed skepticism on Facebook.
I know.
And Alex from Rad Titan said, hey, if you've got the money and you know the right people, you can get these licenses. He doesn't seem to see anything untoward about this. So as you said when you started, I'm going to go into this with kind of a wait and see, cautiously optimistic. But I think as a company, they need to be more communicative on social media. They need to have a face out there that we can interact with.
Yep.
They put out a slick 51-second video.
Yes, they did.
That rocked, social media.
Yeah, it did.
And
it blew up.
Yes, it did.
And we need to know more. I'd like to see a piece other than a render or a silhouette. We've seen pictures of their Spock. The pictures look good.
And I don't think that's an easy likeness to get right, because it can come off looking. I've seen some bad Spocks through the years.
Right. But we need to see them in hand to really see if the pictures reflect a nice piece.
That is going to be the key. If this is all legit, and again, apparently it seems like it is, and they are able to have the money and they are able to have these licenses in hand, which again, you look at companies like Prime One and Queen Studios or Infinity. Sideshow did a Keaton. Obviously, Tweeterhead's doing that beautiful, beautiful Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. Mm-hmm. So some of these licenses obviously are gettable, doable. And, Tweeterhead is growing, but they're still considered a small company. So for them to pull something like that off, that's impressive, but maybe it's not as hard as we kind of think, to get that license or get approval from Warner Brothers. I know Chad has connections at Warner Brothers. So that's obviously, like you said, know who you know.
Well, keep in mind, they're using Sideshow's license for the Pfeiffer Catwoman.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's very true.
Yeah.
So again, there are all these connections, which are very, very important in this community. We have had companies come out of the blue, Infinity Studios, Queen Studios. Those companies blew up quickly and J&D. Oh yeah, thank you, J&D as well, because they put out product big time that was very impressive. You could trust the quality really quickly. And some of those companies had some growing pains. I think we can be honest about that. Some of their early products might not look as good as their recent things, but obviously they got a lot of steam. You look at a company like Prime One. Prime One had some Transformer items, but I feel like what put them on the map was their Arkham line. People fell in love with them. Everybody were buying them left and right, at least initially. Slowed down after a while because they started making 15 different versions of Batman and Azrael and some of the other characters that people didn't want. But they put them on the map. Do you think that this announcement could easily put them on the map, and not only put them on the map, but also put them right up there with some of the greats? What do you guys think?
It's definitely getting everybody's attention, but like Jeff said, it comes down to the product they put out and how it's going to look in the end.
What if the product looks great?
Then they've just made.
Yeah,
they're going to be able
make
to
a lot of money.
That Batman stuff will.
Yeah,
the Superman will sell.
Superman will sell. Like this one, I'm not as wowed by, and this one I think is still a really great concept. I love it that they're taking it from the comic. I think that'll be popular, especially in quarter scale. But
I mean, they literally went after every single popular license, just as an original announcements. Like here's what we're doing, coming out of the gate. And
again, we're talking about Batman, but like Jeff said, like all those other freaking licenses, those are all big name licenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not messing around here.
They've got a Terminator.
Yeah.
The Schwarzenegger, and then they've got Devil May Cry, the video game.
So
they have some 1/3 of those supposed to be coming soon.
Here's the only thing that worries me about that. When you had Prime One at the height of their beginning, they had Batman and they had Transformers. They were delivering items on time. The quality was incredible. There were very little delays. Now look at them. They have 1 million licenses. There's delays all the time. Of course, we, with the world going on right now, we understand why. But sometimes we've talked about it here on the channel that, some of these companies feel like they're biting off more than they can chew sometimes. So for a brand new company to come out of the gate like that, wheels smoking, do you think that it could be their downfall right up from the beginning? Because that's a lot of licenses. What do you guys think?
It's a big gamble. It makes me wonder why they didn't, test the industry by starting with 1 or 2 and getting a reputation before investing in a bunch more.
That's very true.
I'm also curious as to why they would. It's like they're almost welcoming suspicion by showing that silhouette of the Nicholson Joker pointing a gun that we know DC won't approve. We see Batman holding a dead Robin with more blood than DC's going to approve. It just creates suspicion, which is not something that you want as a new company when you want to engender trust.
Yeah, I agree. And it does on all of their little logos. They say, pending approval, pending license, so again, cautiously optimistic is what I'm going with. But the thought of these characters being brought to life, and I know not everybody loves third scale, but I mean, come on, this has been wanted for so long. I mean, could you imagine if Infinity Studios did a Nicholson bust? I mean, like people would go ape crazy, I do want to say Barbara's here with Statue Mania. She said Prime 1 still rocks in quality. Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. I was just saying that, sometimes there have been a few pieces that have been less quality than others, depending on factory. But I just always worry about companies biting off more than they can chew. I do think, like we saw with the Queen Studios Joker, or even the Prime 1 Queen, or the Prime 1 Joker, a lot of images had the cigarette. A lot of images had the guns, or even like the Prime 1 Batman with all those guns in the back, where they take them out for photos, but we know you're going to get them. So there is still a possibility that Nicholson could have a gun, but just not be featured in their promotional art.
Or what if it's the bang gun?
Yeah, so maybe they put a bang flag, but that doesn't answer the bloody Robins.
But how bloody was that original cover? It was pretty bloody.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm not sure that's relevant when it comes to DC or Warner Brothers approving a statue with that much blood on it.
And it's very possible, but I will say that I have a number of Prime 1 statues that has blood on it, or blood dripping, or goo.
They approved the artwork for the comics. I don't understand why they wouldn't approve it for a statue.
Because that was in the 80s, and people are a lot more touchy these days.
Well, yeah, I mean, we see it all the time of them not approving things on statues that are in the comics.
Yep. Yep, 100%.
The other thing about that Spock from Darkside Collectibles is there's only 150 of that exclusive and 300 of the regular. It's a very low edition size. So I don't know if they're testing the waters with that. I'd be a little nervous if I was them.
I would too. Could you imagine what would happen to the market if you said, there's only going to be 500 of these Nicholsons made worldwide? I mean, what's that going to do? Like, people are going to go crazy.
Yeah, but if the rumors are true about the expense of that license, they can't do that.
Well, that's true. I mean, if you're talking, again, rumors over the years, we've heard, millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. And we've said that on the channel for years. That, again, we don't know. We're not in on those contracts. But clearly, I mean, why hasn't Prime 1 done it yet? Why hasn't Queen Studios done it yet? There's got to be a reason, whether it's financial or whether it's Warner Brothers approval. And again, that leads to those questions like, how is this little tiny brand new company able to pull this off when the other companies can't?
Or like you said, it might be who you know. Maybe they know people.
It might be. Yeah. I mean, a year from now, we might be like, Darkside Collectibles is like one of the best in the business. Or a year from now, we might we never talk about them again. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a really interesting story to follow. I'm really excited for everybody that's excited because I am excited. It's a dream. I was excited when Prime 1 announced the third scale Keaton. And it was really disappointing when they canceled it. They never did officially. But they did release a unmasked portrait, which was pretty awesome. But again, I don't want
NECA just re-released their Keaton and Danny DeVito Penguin and the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, and those are in quarter scale. So clearly somebody, some of them are able to do this. That Danny DeVito Penguin, I saw him yesterday. Those things look amazing.
You're talking about NECA?
Yeah, the quarter scale NECA figure.
Yeah, they're very, very good. Likeness is good. So again, companies can. It is interesting that NECA's never done a Nicholson Joker.
Not that I'm aware of.
They have not. So there's obviously something there. So again, if they are able to pull this off, it could easily change the game if it's well done. So I'm going to leave it at that, unless you guys want to say anything else.
I wonder if it's timing, because the movie is so old now. You see a lot of performers and actors and singers, the older they get and money starts running out, or they start thinking about, well, I'm going to be gone soon. Maybe it would be kind of cool to have something immortalizing me.
Yeah. 100%. And it's very exciting to think of the possibilities. If not only them, but other companies get the license as well, then you'll see just like, when you see one Heath Ledger Joker from one company, you see two more from the other companies. So that's exactly what'll happen. I know there's been a lot of changes at Warner Brothers, so maybe things change. Maybe they're loosening the reins a little bit here and there. So it will be really interesting.
Maybe they need DC to start bringing in some more money.
Well, that would certainly help. I guarantee it. And again, with the buzz of Keaton maybe starting a new Keaton trilogy or a Keaton franchise, which we hear rumors about, anything's possible for sure. I want to move on to another big giant news topic that I thought was pretty freaking insane, but it's this right here. Again, I'm sorry, I'm going to block out our faces, but the XM Studio announcement. I'm assuming you guys saw this, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they have announced that they are going to be doing a DC Classic line, which they have talked about for the last 7 or 8 months. And they're doing just a ton in quarter scale. They're also doing a Dark Knight line, which is very exciting as well if you are a fan of those books. And I guess the thing that pissed a lot of people off was the 1/6 scale collectors, because they're like, oh, great. Now they're only going to focus on the quarter scale. They're going to leave all the 6 scale collectors behind. I know you guys have heard that from the community as well. But they were still releasing little pieces here and there. But now they're going to make, at least from these 2 lines, they're going to be available. So like if they make a Joker in quarter scale, they're going to do the exact same Joker in 6 scale.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. What do you guys think of that announcement?
I think it's smart, and it shouldn't be hard. Shrink it down.
If anybody can do it, I think it's going to be XM, because their 6 scale is so highly detailed. I think they announce it as extra detailed, whatever the hell they call it. I think they could pull it off to where their 6 scale matches the details of a 4th scale.
I agree. How about you, Jeff Delaney?
I think it's great for collectors. I hope that they can make it work. I don't think that having it in 2 different scales takes anything away from, say, quarter scale collectors. I don't care if there's 1/6s made as well. That doesn't take away from my enjoyment of the quarter scale and vice versa. So I wish them luck. I hope they're wildly successful.
Would you want to see other companies do that as well? I mean, would you love to see, Batman Hush from Prime 1 in 4 scale?
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
My wallet does it.
Sell the hell out of that.
I mean, you could definitely fit a lot more statues in your collection that way and still get the Prime 1 quality.
Well, I guess we first saw it with Catwoman on motorcycle in 2 scales.
Yeah.
And then we saw, what was the other one they did? The Joker security guard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Police officer. Yeah.
Police officer. Yeah.
Or honor guard, I guess is honor guard. What do you think doing something like this will do to edition size?
That's what I was just thinking.
Because I hadn't thought of that originally. I'm like, okay, what is, but the more I think about it is, I mean, if they were going to make 500 quarter scale, don't you think they would probably go to an MTO format again for something like that? Because how are you going to judge?
Yeah, because now you have options. There's people that collect multiple scales. So it's like, well, do they go after the 6 scale, or do they go after the 4th scale? Is it going to be, high editions, low editions? I'm assuming it's going to be low edition, but interesting.
Go ahead. I mean, you would think that still, by far, or at least universally, the most popular scale is still quarter. So you would think maybe more people would order a quarter Batman than they would a 6-scale Batman, unless you're a 6-scale collector, and then you would want the Batman in that scale. But it really just got me thinking about, I wonder how they'll execute that, because there are, we talked about factory, factories have a certain quota or a certain cutoff because of their fees. Unless the factory has just agreed to, do a total number instead of just so many of this quarter scale or so many of this 6 scale. I don't know. I'm curious as to what you guys think of that.
It's interesting how that's going to play out, because like I said, is it going to be like everybody orders the quarter scale because now they have the option for the quarter scale, and maybe it hurts the 6 scales sales, and they start second thinking maybe we shouldn't have done this. So,
and that's the thing, is you can't pull the rug out. Like if you've made this announcement saying this is for this line, and again, this DC Classics line, they've announced a ton of characters. I mean, what were they, like 20 deep, something like that?
I think so.
So, I mean, you're making an announcement like that, you're committed. And then if you don't deliver on that, if you say, it's not really working out, we're only going to do 1/4, that's going to piss a lot of people off.
So it would cost them more money, but would it be smarter for them to change the design between 6 scale and quarter scale? Kind of like what they did. This all started with Supergirl. They had, 6 scale Supergirl.
Yep.
And they were like, now we're not making her. Now she's going to be quarter scale. And, a lot of people got pissed off because of that.
Yeah. And maybe that's, like you said, maybe that's what kind of started this all off, or maybe seeing how successful Queen did with their Batgirl on bike. Man, I forgot I even ordered that piece.
That's true too.
Like, where do I fit that one? Gee, Merry Christmas. I forget about these pieces.
Do we have the edition size on that 6 scale?
I don't
Catwoman on bike.
I don't know if it's up or not. I feel like it was somewhere. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the chat could look it up. But
be curious to see how those pan out between the sales between the 2 different sizes.
Yeah. But I just thought that was such a refreshing announcement. I know there's got to be a lot of complications with it, but I don't know. I love the idea of collectors being able to choose the scale.
Yeah, I do too.
And there is some, like, I feel like the 3rd scale Catwoman on bike looks better overall than the smaller version, just because there's more detail on the bigger one.
That's the other thing. How is this, like I said, how's it going to look? And I think XM can pull it off, but it makes me think of like the other way around. Like say if Prime one day was like, let's make our 3rd scale statues into quarter scale also. Yeah. I don't think it would work as well. I don't know.
Well, and I think where the difference between sizing down a movie character with a likeness is very different than a comic book piece being scaled down.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be very successful at the comic book pieces.
I think it's going to work. Like I said, I keep always staring at my XM Batman Sanity. Like I said, the details and the paint, I feel like it's sometimes better, or at least up to par with some of my quarter scale statues. So I think they can. If anybody can do it, it's going to be XM, to where they can do 6 scale and quarter scale and make both statues look just as good.
Yeah. A lot of people in the chat are saying that they would love to see Tweeterhead in 1/4. and believe me, I know Chad would love to do more in 1/4. He's obviously doing the Catwoman. I had my fingers crossed that maybe if Catwoman did well enough, which she did, that they would do a Keaton. And, anything's possible. Again, we're talking about these big possibilities. So, it'll be interesting to follow. But I would love to see Tweeterhead do more quarter scale. Jeff, would you? I know you probably collect more Tweeterhead. At least you have. Would you rather see them in a quarter scale versus a 6 scale?
Yeah, I'm more and more. I'm trying to center on quarter scale.
Yeah.
I just look at them more often than I do the 1/6 scale. They stand out more, and I'm more impressed by them.
They do. I agree. Bring the Winter says he agrees. Waste of time. Make up your mind and stop trying to please everyone. Well, that is also a good point. But at the end of the day, XM is a company that wants to sell you statues,
and they haven't shied away from small edition sizes.
They haven't. Have you ever seen an XM cancellation?
The only one they ever canceled is one where they didn't make any promises to begin with, and that was that Viking Thor.
Yeah.
They said, if we don't get enough orders by July, whatever, we can't do the piece, and they didn't get enough orders, so they had to cancel it.
But thank them for freaking making that announcement.
Yeah.
Give collectors a chance, because again, I hear time and time and time again, I'm going to wait till it's out to order it.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to take the risk. They don't want to wait the 2 years. They want to get it when it's available and that be it. And if companies are waiting for that and not adjusting to that, then there's a problem. Which
Prime One's done some small edition sizes too. You just had the video about Mira. What was she, like 150?
I think it's 300. I think.
Okay, and
that's very, very low. And the fact that they made her, but canceled. You're telling me that they sold more Miras than they did the Arkham City Poison Ivy? I would be dumbfounded with that.
Right.
Because Poison Ivy is way more well known than Mira. This Mira was a stylized art germ cover.
Do have art germ fans though?
There are 200 for Mira.
What, 200?
200 DS.
Okay, 200. So that's, but again, you're telling me that they didn't sell more than 200 Ivies?
Yeah, and some of their 1/5 scale Batman stuff has been very low ES.
Yes.
The last, the Arkham suit Batman, that's what, like 100 and something on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my wish. I have a lot of contacts in the statue collecting community. I know you do. Some of you guys have them as well. I want somebody that is a face of Prime One that I could talk to, because I'm tired of speculating about all this stuff. Like, I want to know the facts. If there's facts that they give us, and then we're like, okay, we get it, that this is the reason why. But they don't give chances to collectors to say, hey, we want to have a chance to purchase this still. We were going to wait till it was out for pre-order. Don't cancel it on us yet. But I want somebody on the inside to talk to, because I feel like that would help. I would think that would help sometimes with PR a little bit.
I feel like Prime One's heard that to the point that if they wanted to do it, they would have done it.
Yeah.
I just kind of feel like they don't care.
And I have talked to people in Prime One before, and they always say that they are a very, very private company. And that's cultural. And that's fine. But I just don't want, like, I love Prime One so much, I don't want there to be negativity surrounding them. And right now there's a lot of doubt about cancellations and ES sizes and things like that. So I don't like that. I don't like that negative buzz. And I don't want them to cancel my talent. So it is what it is.
It may be like, maybe it's part of Art Germ's contract with them that they have to put the statue out. It could be something like that.
I'm sure he gets paid no matter what. So
yeah.
That's very, very a good point. Matt T says Prime One makes fantastic statues, but run everything very secretly. They do. Nathan says definitely cultural. So again, every company is different, and I'm just spouting at the mouth here. But I want to come full circle back to XM. I'm so impressed with this announcement. I hope it doesn't come back to bite them. I hope it doesn't. I hope they don't change their mind halfway through. But come on, congratulations to quarter scale and 6 scale collectors that can have the same piece that they love in whatever scale that they love it in. I just think that is some of the coolest news we've had in a long time.
So I don't think we mentioned the market. So now the 6 scale is it available to the U.S. market and the quarter scale is not? Is that the way it's working? Yeah.
I completely spaced that. Thank you, Eric. They did announce, and originally I thought that the quarter scale was going to be available in the U.S., but maybe I had that wrong in quarter scale. But they did announce that the quarter scale will be regional. So, you'll still have to go to your places where you've been going to for your purchase.
You can't get it in the U.S.
That you can't get it in the U.S. That's right. There's always ways around everything. But they did announce that this 6 scale line will be a U.S. license. So that's pretty exciting. That means it should technically be easier to get these statues without having to do this. in some cases. So what do you think about that? What do you think about that announcement?
I think, thank God we can still get our hands on them. I think
Yeah.
otherwise it would suck really bad.
Yeah.
I wonder if that frustrates Tweeterhead.
I haven't spoken to Chad about it, but I guarantee it.
Oh, I'm sure it's
because that's going to
probably
be
cause some conniption fits.
that is going to be a direct competition.
You know, XM is known for making the B-list characters. I have a feeling we're going to start seeing a lot of statues. We've been saying,
That
for the last
Zatanna and
5-10 years
promised by Tweeterhead for how long?
Well, I know, like talking with Chad, I know some pieces got pushed back because of shipping and just the year, which he was devastated by it. Like he was really excited to share some of these things with the community, and that got pushed back. And so that's unfortunate. Hearing this news might change some things. I don't know, but I will say this: you can be a fan of Tweeterhead and you can be a fan of XM at the same time.
Oh yeah,
you can be a fan of Prime One and Sideshow at the same time. I've said it all the time about texture. If you hold a XM quarter scale piece next to a Sideshow quarter scale piece, they're both amazing, but they both are different. They're both different material. They're both different sculpts. Like
different
they're
style.
Different. I can look at this this is Iron Studios 1/3 scale Joker. It looks completely different than a Prime One sitting right next to it. The texturing, the art is just so different. And so there's a place still for both, because Tweeterhead is doing phenomenal work and also XM's doing phenomenal work. So yes, I'm sure that Chad is very frustrated about it, but keep putting out quality products and people will continue to buy them regardless, because they're going to be different. XM might put out a Zatanna, just like Jeff said, but then if Tweeterhead puts one out, they both might be great. You might collect both of them, or you might like one over the other. That's what's great about this community, is because there is so much freaking variety right now. You can choose whatever the hell you want. So, but yeah, I'm sure Tweeterhead's sweating just a little.
I'm thinking about that Swamp Thing and the Zatanna and a 1/6 scale Justice League Dark.
Yeah. And they did. Oh, that's another thing we didn't say, is some of those pieces that that's already up for pre-order in quarter scale, those will also be available in the 6 scale pieces.
Interesting.
So anything that's up for pre-order, I think, like within those recent announcements, I can't remember which one.
Zatanna?
Did they say that? I thought it was just moving forward.
They mentioned specifically older pieces. So I would guess yes.
So I wonder if they'll go back and do the Supergirl 6 scale.
I would guess yes.
I would imagine that one in particular, because that was kind of the
controversial. Yeah, that would do a lot of fan lip service right there.
You had I think you had a super chat you passed over.
Oh no. Right there. Borg Cube 1 of 2, another member. Thank you. Said $2 Canadian. Same hope with the Tweeterhead 4th Keaton. Why I pre-ordered 4th scale Keaton. Yeah, sorry I missed that. Yeah, 100%. I'm really optimistic that they'll do a Keaton. Because Sideshow did a great one, but it was controversial with the neck turn, and it looks good. The likeness was kind of there. It wasn't perfect Keaton. And we've come a long way since that piece was released. But man, oh man, if Tweeterhead does one, if this new company does one, game changer. People are going to be really excited, and that's going to sell freaking well. Guarantee it.
So you asked if there was an edition size on the Hathaway Catwoman on bike.
For the 6 scale or the 3rd?
For the 3rd, it's $888.
Okay.
But I can't find the 1/6 on their website.
Really?
People are buying it.
Weird.
That is weird. I'll maybe message John and see if he can give me any update on that.
Yeah.
I mean, just because of that stature, I would imagine it's going to be popular either way in 6 scale. So
yeah, without a doubt.
It's different with XM because they're going to say we're making everything quarter and 6 scale. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Yeah. Well, so that's the news. Can you guys think of any other news you want to talk about, or do you want to get to photos?
That's all I can think of.
Okay.
Oh, did we cover the Sideshow seconds? Did you want to talk about that? Or no?
Oh yeah, let's bring that up real quick. Another giant announcement out of nowhere.
Found that interesting the way things are arriving right now.
Yeah, Sideshow seconds just came out. It's a website and it's dwindled down tremendously from where it was. But they announced that they had all these products that were sold out. Some are in stock, and but these long sold out pieces, and they are 15% off with a slightly damaged box, art box, not the shipper. What a tremendous deal. Where's that been all on? Where has that been all of our lives?
What I'm saying to myself is, all of my statues arrive with, bruised boxes. They should all be 15% off. I think I'm due some money.
Yeah,
that is for sure.
But yeah, so in the groups, I've been monitoring like how people are receiving them. So like I think most people now, I haven't seen like too many get them, but one person was like just had a slight damage to the box, not too bad. One person didn't even have a brown shipper, so Sideshow made their own brown shipper and wrapped it around the art box. So it's interesting to see how these are coming.
I've gotten a couple of things like that, and those shipper boxes are better than the ones they use.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
It's a way better quality of cardboard. 2
collectors I saw on Facebook that got that kind of makeshift shipper, and both of them said the statue was perfect and the art box was in great shape.
I have received some replacement parts from Sideshow, and that those boxes are way better. They're that heavy-duty white box, which is really great. But yeah, I heard a lot of people got really great deals. The prices were really amazing. And just congratulations. I hope they do this more often. I would love to see them do it from time to time or all the time. But it kind of takes you off when you just ordered a Daniel Bell Bane, and 2 weeks later you get one for 15% off with a damaged box.
I mean,
so I was kind of surprised they had some newer pieces in with that bunch.
It's still early, but I haven't seen any complaints to where somebody said there was a giant hole in my art box or anything like that.
I haven't either. And one thing that made everybody leery, like my very first thought was these are all going to be returns. But Sideshow specifically said these are brand new, not returns.
I was thinking the cargo ship damage, like when they had all that flooding, and who knows what happened.
I haven't seen anything posted that the actual things were damaged. And for that, and you go into it knowing you're going to get a box that's going to have some, it wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah, they come damaged anyway through UPS, so it's like
that's some Hot Toys too. They had the Mark 85 Iron Man for just a little over $300, and that's like an over $400 figure.
The only part that makes me kind of mad is if you say a piece is sold out, it's a piece that you're really excited about, and like, oh crap, I missed the last one, and then a year later they say, oh, we got 5 more we've held in our warehouse. Like, that's kind of crappy.
That's some stuff I noticed. The Gambit maquette, they had the exclusive, which has not been available for a while. They had the Harley Quinn Hell on Wheels exclusive, which had been unavailable for a while. Something else. The Scarecrow. There were some Scarecrows with the exclusive.
Yes. And it's been sold out for a long time.
And if anybody, the Silver Surfer, the exclusive, I think you could still get it with a damaged box.
Yep. So anyway, check out Sideshow Seconds. Still some good deals on there for sure. And they even had a deal on this one right here, the Joker back there. So anyway, great news. All right, I'm going to ask you guys a favor. So we're going to look at photos now. I've been teaching all day and talking all day. My voice is starting to go. So I want you guys to talk as much as you can about these, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk very much more, okay? So let's get started here. I don't have any banners on, so we should be good to go.
taking a 15-second break. I'll be right back.
No problem. All right, let's see what we got. Oops, I better select me first. We're only 72 shows in. You think I know how to do this better. Let's see. All right. All right, can you see the photo big?
Yep.
Okay, let's talk about this one first. Jeff, can you tell us a little bit about who this character is from XM?
That's Kyle Rayner, a very popular Green Lantern. I like the piece. They really maxed out the base.
Yeah,
Massive.
it's kind of killer.
If the product page is correct, this thing is 59 pounds.
Wow.
That's a lot of construct.
Yeah, that's a lot of polystone.
So yeah, sure. If you've got the space and your display can take that weight, more power to you. But for me, just like their 1/6 Green Lantern, I think it kind of overshadows the character a little bit.
This is quarter scale.
Yep.
And is this a popular version of Green Lantern?
Yes. Absolutely.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's really neat detail.
What is that? Like a cybernetic?
It's got to be because it's got the logo on his chest.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Maybe somebody in the chat would know what this is, but I mean, I do think it looks cool, but you're right, it does feel a little bit overpowering.
It's a little overkill, but
really nice paint applications. Obviously, the shiny green with the kind of that matted color green.
Right.
I don't feel like this, like some statues have looked kind of plasticky. I don't feel like this looks plasticky. It definitely looks sculpted, which is nice. Like whatever that thing is in the front.
I think that should be clear resin.
That would be
It's
cool.
a little plasticky.
Oh, you do think it looks plastic?
That little thing, the little construct blast.
Still cool though.
Yeah,
It's very cool.
It's like the way they did the Thanos power effect around his hand. I really like the way they're doing it. I think they did it on one other statue too. Those power effects. So.
There's the dimensions with that coffee cup. So it's going to be a big piece, and he's kneeling down.
Yeah, some people don't like the kneeling position. Others like it.
And again,
I love this piece. Yeah.
Is this one you would consider picking up?
It's not my Green Lantern, so no. But I love the way the construct is, and I like the design of the costume. The way because usually Green Lantern's green, so it doesn't blend in with the base.
Yeah, that's a good point. It definitely has some separation. Would you rather have this in quarter scale or 6 scale? I guess that's the question we're gonna have to ask ourselves now, right?
Quarter all the way. This is my style statue. Like I always say, I like big bases, and this one does not lie.
We have a winner. Yeah, we have a winner for you there. That's for sure.
Like I say, yeah, I have packs, and they just fill up the packs units better than they.
I don't know if you were still gone when Jeff said, but didn't you say like 59 pounds for this?
Oh yeah, it's heavy.
Yep.
Well, I'm used to my quarter scale prime one pieces are like 30 to 50 pounds.
That's crazy. I thought the back kind of looked a little like keyed in and wonky a little bit, but obviously you're not gonna see it from the back much.
Yeah, I think it's insane.
We'll move on to the next. The breaking news last week was Queen Studios has their first ever USA licensed piece, which again makes it easier for collectors to get stateside. And it was this right here, Infinity Saga. This is Tom Holland. What do you guys think of this one?
It looks really good, but it seems kind of expensive.
I don't think kinda is the word. It is, in my opinion, super overpriced.
Considering how much they jumped in a year. And then, and then there was somebody going back and forth with me on the comments about the medical grade silicone and all that. But the Wonder Woman was practically all silicone.
Yes.
And I don't think it was even close to this price.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It could possibly be a licensing thing. I don't know. The likeness I feel like is there. Some people say it looks like he's like munching down on some potato chips or something. You know, he's got the
It's all
cheeks, but
poofy in his cheeks.
yeah, I just feel like it looks just like him. Again, hand punched hair looks really great. Lots of detail. They did do a Spider-Man mask already, and I think that was less than $1,000 for that piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is pretty unbelievable. Again, there's lots of great detail here. I do think it looks great. Maybe, you know, it's more stoic. I don't want to say boring, but it's, you know, it's definitely just, you know, a head and a torso. But again, I thought I had the price somewhere. Maybe did I miss it? I
think it was like 3,600.
Yeah, I thought I had it somewhere on here, but I guess I didn't. But yeah, yeah, like 3,600, which that just seems like a tremendous amount of money.
Yeah, I think the likeness is pretty close. Like if I, you know, you see the Spider-Man costume, so you like automatically you think Tom Holland is Tom Holland Spider-Man. But what I like to do is I cover his body just so I see the face, and I look at just the face, and I say to myself, do I know who this is just by looking at the face? And it's there, but not 100%. But then you throw in the Spider-Man suit, and obviously you know who it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the eye position's a little bit off. His right eye looks like it's looking straight forward, and his left eye looks like it's looking off to the side.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's bothered me ever since I saw it the first time. It just looks a little bit wrong.
Now, as we say, we can't unsee it.
You could probably move it though. Can you like move the eyes around a little bit in these silicone pieces?
No.
I don't think when they're in you can.
Yeah, because you can't get past the back of the head. I mean, it's just no. I mean, you can for like a Hot Toys, but not for something like this. They are fixed.
Okay.
So anyway, we'll move on from that one, and we'll talk about this piece. This is the one that I did order last week. It's not without controversy. Some people feel like her head's too big. Some people hate this line of her boots.
I got something to say about that.
Oh, I want to hear it. Let's hear it.
So she has lines in several places, and I think what's going on is if you look at the last Catwoman piece, she has the thigh-high boots, she has the long gloves, but the paint is different and the texture is different.
Correct.
Paint and the texture are identical throughout this piece, so there's no differentiation. You know what I mean?
Differentiation,
between the boots and the bodysuit, between the gloves and the bodysuit, they do look like lines because nothing else separates them from each other.
Yes.
And I understood what it was right off the bat, and it seemed like a lot of people had a lot of problems like understanding what that was.
But for me, even understanding it, it looks weird to me.
I just really feel like they were really trying that super wet latex look, like that, you know, that super wet look. And I feel like that's why they did that. Could they have added a little bit more of a lip onto the edges of her boot to separate that even more and make it look like a real boot? Yes, I do. But I think that's kind of what they were going for here overall. This also was a piece that had an EX, which was, you know, feels like it's kind of rare. I would have liked, a lot of people would have liked an unmasked portrait, but I do think that's a beautiful portrait.
Mm-hmm.
This one definitely is more sexual in nature compared to the other one. I still love both versions. I think they're both really well done. But I just, you know, Sideshow puts out a new premium format in Batman. I've got to get it. So I did. I don't know which one.
I find the last one more provocative myself.
Oh, do you really? Because of the claw between, she's kind of clawing down below, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, that's a more provocative pose.
And that one's certainly more unique looking, you know, with the base and everything. But I am glad to pick this one up. Is it perfect? No. But I am anxious to see if she looks good in the case. We'll just kind of have to wait and see, like I do with everything. But I do really like the jewels. I think that looks nice. I think the pose is nice. Again, very, very slick all the way around. This is interesting. So they painted the bottom of her leg red to reflect the carpet on the floor because her outfit is so liquid shiny. I thought that was kind of a neat touch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching that in your review. Do you think it's painted, or do you think it's just actually the statue reflecting?
It is
the base in the photo.
It's 100% painted.
Okay.
It says in the product description.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And you can tell because there's some photos of her that I don't know if I have. Let me see if I have it. That they have a light shining on her, and that makes her look red in more places. But if you look at all the other photos, like you can see the paint right there. I mean, it's clearly painted to reflect the carpet. Is the base boring? Yeah. The base could have been something I think a lot more better. And the cat's kind of whimsical and kind of cute. I don't know if you necessarily need the cat or not, but yeah, this is definitely painted.
Yeah, it's really well done.
Then about a little bit above her knee.
Yeah, it's well done. Hopefully the factory can pull off that same effect because I can't even tell.
The Black Canary has the same kind of paint.
Yeah, I think with that one you can notice it a little bit more though. Like,
yeah,
you could tell it was like painted.
Again, I just feel like that's really cool, just to kind of again reflect of how shiny it is. The exclusive is her holding a Batman cowl, so it's a cool exclusive. I think I still prefer the jewel more. I would have again liked maybe a different portrait. A swap out, but I still think it's a fun piece. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm still just shocked that they went ahead and did another one already.
Yeah, me too.
Because people are complaining. They're like, I haven't even got my first one yet.
Yeah,
from a year ago. And I've had mine forever. So I mean, they're obviously doing them in batches, but people are like, come on, give us a break here. Like we haven't even got the old one yet.
So I don't think they'll do it. But the one interesting thing about that base is they could make a diorama out of that.
It's supposed to be a hallway in Wayne Manor's, what the thing said.
Really?
So it would explain the cowl.
Oh my God, you might be onto something though with the diorama. The way it's kind of stair-stepped there on the side,
and it's totally cut off on that side. You could totally see a Harley and Poison Ivy, can't you? Mm-hmm.
I think you might be onto something, Mr. Delaney.
But would they be in Wayne? So Jeff said they're inside Wayne Manor or Wayne Manor, whatever.
Their dance house.
That's right. There's a ballroom.
Normally, Catwoman has access to him, not Harley and Ivy.
Well, you could put Batman there.
Sure,
that's what I was thinking. If anything, it's gonna be Batman. I think
Alfred.
Oh my God!
I
would die if they gave us an Alfred. Come on, give us a Gordon. Come on, people.
It does feel like there's something to be added to it.
The one person from Sideshow that's going to watch this, they're going to be like, "Come on, Chris, you know we're never going to make that." So it's like, yeah, whatever.
But that one anyway, does look like there's the piece that could go into that step.
Yep, I agree.
It's funny that she's holding the cowl like it's a dead rat.
Yeah. This is a picture with that red light on her, so it's like there is some images with red, and then she's not going to be red up top like that, but just on her leg.
It's interesting.
But anyway, I think it's a really gorgeous piece. I can see where people like the other one better, and again, I'm excited to compare and contrast them. We also got this teaser from Iron Studios. I have no idea what the scale is going to be, but it's the Nightmare Batman from Batman versus Superman. So looking at the quality of it, it looks like it might be 110. But they have been known to do some quarter scale. So I'm anxious to see what this one turns out to be, because I know this look is really popular.
Yeah, I agree. It looks small.
I'm bet 1/10.
Yeah, I just
the
feel like
scarf and the texture.
Yeah, I think so too, Jeff. This one came out since the last show we did. This is a Tweeterhead variant. I absolutely love the colors. I know, Jeff, you still have the original, right?
I do, yeah.
And our last show, actually, I showed one image because that's all we had, but now we know kind of what you get. But man, I love these colors. Is this something you would consider picking up, Jeff, to pair with your other one?
No, I don't think so. I'm not No.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yep.
I do really like the colors. They say that these colors are like more true to the actual character. So I thought that was cool if you're a fan. It only does come with this portrait though.
Correct. And no
not-
staff.
Yeah, no, yeah. It does come with the cape. So anyway, I just thought that was cool, and it kind of came out of the blue. I was kind of surprised they did a variant already on something like this.
My problem with Masters of the Universe is I was in college when it first came out. So I was not a kid. And so I kind of missed it all. So even though I've ordered a few of the pieces because they're so cool looking, I don't have that nostalgic feeling that other people do.
Yeah, I could see that. This was definitely in my wheelhouse when I was a kid. I loved Masters of the Universe, but it just didn't stick with me as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Tweeterhead also showed some other things. They showed He-Man and Battle Cat. And I've got some, kind of blown out pictures here, but you get kind of the idea of the scale. That's that life-size Skeletor bust, which is incredible. And this is this one got some attention.
Yep.
There you
go.
This gives you an idea of the size. So pretty big piece.
Yeah, but you know what? It's 1/6.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
yeah, it's a new line.
That is awesome.
It's a new line with more classic aesthetic than
so it's not. So it's not part of this line.
It is not.
Interesting. So
yeah,
this is 1/6 too, right?
No, it's 1/5.
That's right. So so all of these new ones are part of this new line?
No, only this one is the new line.
Okay.
All the others are the 1/5 that are more either artist interpretations of characters or modern interpretations of those characters. This is the beginning of a line that are classic interpretations, just like you saw them in the cartoon.
So do you know what else they're working on?
I do not.
Okay. I won't pry then, because
But I think it's a heck of a start. That's a pretty cool piece.
It is a very, very cool piece. And I think this one will be very, very popular among He-Man fans.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
did the bad dude have a thing he rode? What was it, Skeletor?
Oh,
yeah. I don't know what it is, but there's lots of collectors thinking we're going to get that, and they'll be facing off against.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, 100% they would do that. It would create a massive diorama.
Mm-hmm.
That's printing money again, right there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
They also teased this one. Dave Igo had a special presentation, and he revealed a few things, and so this was exciting. Obviously, they're going to do a He-Man to go along with the Skeletor. I don't know how you can top the Skeletor, though. It looks so cool. They also showed some other characters, obviously, in that other line, the original 1/5 scale line. This is Trapjaw, and I think he looks great. I love that you can see this kind of the snake base in the rock. I think that'll be really cool, probably like a purple snake. I always liked Trapjaw a lot when I was a kid. But I think he looks really great. And then they also teased, I think it's Merman, right? Isn't that his name? Merman? I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. That's correct.
Okay. So they teased Merman, and I think he's cool.
He looks great.
He does. I mean, just look at the level of detail of texturing that the Tweeterhead's doing now. I mean, you never saw this from them before.
They're going to look so good painted.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I think He-Man fans, you're in for a big treat with Tweeterhead for sure. As well as like DC products too. But my God, they're just they're gonna rock this line. They showed also, and I can't remember his name, maybe like Beastman. I can't remember what his name was or is. They definitely teased him. You notice all three have that snake base.
Yeah.
So what is it? Snake Mountain or whatever was their base. I can't remember. I never had that one. I only had Castle Grayskull as a kid, but it's cool that they're doing these. I think they all look great together.
Definitely.
And there they showed the render, or not the renders, but the prototypes kind of together. So congratulations to all the Masters of the Universe fans.
Big time, for sure.
Aang Sang teased the Hell Rider or Ghost Rider. This is I never can remember the Old West one.
The original.
But you can kind of see the paint. I mean, the paint looks really great. Look at the ornate detailing. So we haven't seen the whole thing yet printed, but obviously the paint's looking really good.
I got to give him credit. I think that's a risky piece. That's a
Very.
1950s character.
Very risky. But do you think people will buy it because how well the other one did?
Yeah.
I think people will buy it.
I mean, that original one is one of the most sought after pieces you can get.
Yep.
I think the horse is just going to look cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Flaming horse. You don't see that every day. I brought in some photos. We've talked about these before, but some new photos that were on display at Collector's Arc. And I've been in communication with Collector's Arc, and we have some things coming up for the channel, which I'm excited about. And they're very excited about, but some new photos, and man, Harley's looking good.
No doubt about it.
I'm just so excited to bring her into the collection and show her off to you guys in the channel when she's available. I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing here. She looks really great.
Are you going to keep her out in the open?
Probably yes.
Okay.
But I don't know yet. I'll have to concoct something. I know some people have put like glass domes around them.
Yeah.
Which I might do. I think I'm more worried about just the dust in the hair.
Yeah, of course.
Than the rest of the thing. But I haven't really thought it through enough yet.
Right.
Then we also had Joker on display. Again, this is one of my most sought after pieces. Is it perfect? No, but I still think it looks fantastic. And I am very excited to add him as well. So him and Harley are coming home to the Batcave at some point.
Nice.
Again, it's interesting, different photos. Like that's the same place. Like we talk about photos all the time, but like, I don't know, it's just interesting to me. But
I think that was an older phone, the way that one looks.
It could be. Again, just different angles. But I did like to see that they put them side by side, so you can get an idea of the size of these things. Because sometimes, like the Batman I have is way bigger than the Harley. When you look at them side by side, so it's interesting, to get an idea of what you're going to be getting. So anyway, I thought that was cool the way they had them displayed. There's the amazing and wonderful K.A. Kim. I just wanted to share that photo with the bust. It gives you kind of an idea of how big that bust is going to be. I know a couple of us have ordered it. Jeff Morse, you ordered this one, right?
Yep.
And I know Dan did. I did. And again, it just looks phenomenal. I do feel like to date, this is the best sculpt any company's ever done. In terms of Joker, let me rephrase. In terms of Heath Ledger Joker,
right?
Just looks great.
I agree.
That just looks better every time they show a picture of it.
It sure does. It's just
and the hair. I don't.
Well, they say it's plastic. I mean, the head's plastic, PVC material.
I don't care.
At least allegedly, and I don't care either. If it looks this good, I don't care. But my God, what they've been able to achieve just looks so great. And K.A. Kim, you are a freaking master.
I want to see a video how they assemble that when it gets ready to come out, because I really want to see how many different layers or pieces that hair. So I bet it's like a Christmas tree.
It might be.
The way there's a big piece at the base, and then as it goes up, it gets smaller and creates
as a layered effect.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. I don't know really much about this character. His name's Hugo. I believe these are Street Fighter characters. But this is her name's Poison, right? I think Poison.
Sounds right.
I can't remember. This is from PCS, and I think she looks really great. They've done her before, but apparently I think she only comes if you order Hugo. I think.
And I think that's a mistake. I mean, you're correct, but I think they made a mistake because I think they'd sell a lot of this piece by itself.
I do too, and I think that they wanted to sell Hugo, so they included her just to sell him. But I agree. I think they made a major mistake. And again, I'm pretty sure this is going out for pre-order tomorrow on Thursday. That would be Thursday the 23rd. I'm not positive, but I think that's what they did. I think they wanted to be able to sell him by including her. I think they are going to sell him separately.
Yeah. You can buy him alone or you can buy the two together, but you can't buy her alone.
Yeah. So I agree. I think that's a big mistake. They look great together, but yeah, I think she is going to be very popular. These are quarter scale as part of their line, but again, PCS. I feel like PCS is really kind of coming back with a lot of impressive pieces.
Yeah.
Now that they're working more with Sideshow. So, but anyway, that's Hugo. I don't know if anybody cares about him or not, but lots of detail. Still very video game looking. Somewhat simplistic. It looks kind of like here. It looks kind of plasticky to me a little bit, but obviously it's just because of the character model. But again, I feel like she is definitely the highlight.
Definitely.
This was kind of cool. This is from McFarlane Toys. So I had to throw this in here. They're doing the 3 Jokers, which I thought was really cool. I know Jason Fabok was excited to see these. So they're doing these 3. They're doing a really cool Red Hood. And they're doing Batgirl. And then also a Batman. So I don't know if you saw those or not, but I thought that was cool.
Sometimes those things they're hard to get.
Yes.
They've made the worst thing they ever did was make some of them a Target exclusive.
Yes.
Because you can't get them for love nor money.
Because somebody goes in at 8 a.m. and buys them all.
I will tell you what the problem is in my area is the employees are holding them back and selling them on eBay.
Yep.
And holding them for certain people.
Yep.
I know that.
I know that too. It's a very annoying practice. I mean, I get it. I mean, if I worked at Target, I'd probably do it too. But yeah, I just don't. It's just not fair. It's just not fair to the public that are trying to buy these things. But there's always going to be flippers. I think like Disney, Disney has a lot of flippers, but they've changed it where you can only get 2 per person of things now. So they'll bring 10 people in, buy 2 each, and so there's always a way around some of this stuff. But yeah, if employees are doing it, you can't. How do you stop that? This was a piece from XM that's non-comic book related. I have no idea who this character is, but I think it looks great.
Oh my gosh, I forget her name. She goes with the darkness. And
oh yeah,
is it Top Cow?
That might be right.
Someone will chime in.
Okay, but I think she's looking really pretty.
Yeah, Angelus. Jerry piped in.
Thank you, Jerry. But look at the gold. I mean, look how good that looks.
Yeah, and I think who's the other one? I forget the other woman, the other female character. Anyway,
doesn't this look like real shredded cloth?
Was this Michael Turner?
You know what? It might be.
I'm not sure.
I bet it is. I think you might be right.
Was it Witch?
You're onto it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Witchblade?
Witchblade.
Yeah.
So she's got a lot more clothes than Witchblade does.
So Witchblade and the Darkness and Angelus.
That's cool. Yeah, the top of her does look like Witchblade right there on her skin. So that'll be a popular piece, and people really like Witchblade. So I know Ang was excited about it. I never can remember. Is his first name Ang or is his last name Ang? Sang? I think it's Sang Ang. I don't know. I need to ask. That's an embarrassing question to ask. I brought this up. We talked about this Vampirilla last show, but they did listen to feedback and they are going to update the faces.
Interesting.
So they did. They just said, we hear what you're saying and we're going to update it to make it better. So I thought that was great news for anybody wanting to buy this piece because, again, it's a really beautiful piece.
Everything else looked cool. It just did not look like. Of course, I think of her from those big 1970s magazines that they used to have with like famous monsters of Filmland.
Yeah, those really great covers. So anyway, I thought that was cool that they're going to tweak her. I wanted to bring that up. These were some photos of the paint samples of her. I mean, look at the skin texture here. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. I love, look at the coloring on her, on her knuckles and then the inside of her hand, her elbows. I don't know. I just think they did a really nice skin paint here.
Yeah. Hopefully the production pieces look like that.
We can only pray.
Yeah.
This was another piece revealed and up for pre-order right now at XM. This is X23, right?
Yep, she's the new Wolverine in the X-Men.
Oh, she's not X20. She's not X23 then.
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
The new X-Men comic book. She is one of the X-Men now, known as Wolverine.
So they just call her Wolverine.
Yeah.
They did a while ago.
That's cool.
It's not going over terribly well with collectors, this piece.
What are they not liking?
I don't think they like the base. I think that they think that the Jeep is too small, that it's not in scale with her. They don't like the fact that the portraits lack any emotion whatsoever. I personally think that she's too vertical. She should be lunging more, kind of like the Sideshow Wolverine premium format where he's lunging forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a ho-hum piece.
It does seem like a typically very small base for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is small.
Considering how big that Green Lantern base was.
Yeah. I could definitely see that. I hadn't really thought about the size of the Jeep, but I could see that now. Where, I mean, obviously it's cut off, but I could see where it would just maybe need to be a little bit wider. And that would maybe help. But I think she looks good. I think her textures look good. But I could see everybody's point about maybe lunging more. I mean, when I think of Wolverine, I think of lunging with claws out.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I don't know this character. I mean, if she's a new Wolverine, I don't know if this is more of her style or not. But obviously, you get a couple different portraits, and paint wise, she looks great. So.
But if you're in North America and you're looking at an XM quarter scale, you're looking at $1,000 or more when you include shipping, and it's got to really snap. It's got to be really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I do you see $1,000 right there?
Not me.
No.
Yeah.
Not when you look at some of the other things.
I mean, if you're looking at like this versus like Hulk transformation, night and day different.
Well, people are comparing it to the Sideshow X23.
Sure, and that's a beautiful piece,
which is a very, very well regarded piece. Yeah.
I do think the portraits look nice. I mean, they're nice.
She does look kind of bored.
Yeah, she definitely, like, I would think in this she would have like a rage face here.
Yep.
But rage faces oftentimes are not all that attractive.
Looks good on the Sideshow one though.
You bring up a great point, Mr. Delaney.
They kill a female portrait, though.
They do.
Sideshow.
I don't know if there's anybody better in the game than Sideshow when it comes to female portraits.
There's not.
No.
I mean, just their team is just phenomenal. I threw these in. There's a couple of in-hand photos of the symbiote Spider-Man, and I think he turned out really well.
Guillermo, he's awesome.
Yep. He is awesome. He's the man.
Very, very cool.
Same sculptor that did Deadpool.
Yep.
I don't really have any nostalgia for this character at all, and I'm considering picking this up because it's just a beautiful statue.
What is the deal with this? What is the deal with the suit? Is it Venom suit? Is it Venom? and then Venom goes to somebody else later.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it's the symbiote takes over Spider-Man.
I wondered that because it's very cool.
Yeah.
The
The
color
pose is
looks
cool.
great.
All the detail on the, what the base is fantastic.
Yeah, look at the texturing there. I love the blues. I love all the blue paint
It looks
on
very
top of the black.
aged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 8 inches by 8 inches.
Yeah, it's very compact. But I think it's going to be a really cool piece in people's collections. So congratulations to everybody getting him. I believe he's still available on Sideshow's website, so check it out. But really beautiful.
It's a high ES on this one.
Is it
very pretty?
Yeah.
Yeah. XM also has teased Godzilla.
That looks like old Godzilla.
Yeah, these are I think they said that these were like 1986 maybe, or whatever that 80s version of it is. I believe in the description somewhere, but obviously there's the two together to make up a potential diorama. Obviously this isn't going to be something like the Godzilla versus Kong from Prime 1, but I think this is definitely going to be exciting for some fans of that era. But I think they said the 80s version.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what the other thing is, but is it Godzilla?
It's the robotic. I think it's the robot.
Mecha Godzilla?
Maybe. I don't know. I thought at first it was like Mothra, but I think it's one of the Godzilla. I mean, that face
looks like he's got wings.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat knows, but I think that'll be cool. Let's see, we got a tease of Venom, Let There Be Carnage, a 6 scale from Hot Toys. They teased.
The Venom figure has started shipping, and I think it has done. People are pretty happy with it that have gotten it.
Good.
That has a lot of switch out tendril thingamajigs and all that. So
this one definitely looks like it'll have a lot of swap outs. But hopefully we'll see more soon. Again, we've been talking about PCS a lot tonight. They teased a Leatherface, and I think this looks really cool. So obviously they're going to be. I just really feel like they're really starting to branch out a bit with more characters. So anyway, that's exciting for any Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre fans. We also got some What If images and up for pre-order. This, of course, is Captain Carter. I love that they kept the stylized faces on these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hydra Stomper thing looks really cool. And it's under $500, I think, for the Steve Rogers figure and the Hydra.
I've got some photos of that one at the end here that I just added today. So we'll take a look at that one as well. But I just love that they kept true to the stylized art. Fun piece. There's an early look at that Stomper and little Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And he fits up inside of there. So lots of posability there. It's cool. Speaking of Hot Toys, we also got for the very first time Back to the Future 3 characters. We got Doc Brown, which is cool. I think he looks okay head sculpt wise, but I love all the costumes and his gun and stuff that he has. I feel like the face definitely could be a little bit better likeness, don't you guys think?
The other one that they just re-released or did with the more expressive, would be the one I would go with. Yeah,
I think that one looks better as well. But obviously they're doing a Marty as well, and I think that's cool. One thing I really liked about it is it's got not only the poncho, but it's also underneath the poncho. It's got the safe cover where he gets shot. So I just watched this trilogy while I was recovering from my surgery, and so this was my favorite of the 3 movies, and I just think this is a lot of fun. And what people most were excited about is the new DeLorean, because they've never done the Back to the Future 3 DeLorean. So obviously they're going to come out with this piece for sure.
Everybody wants the second one with
the fold
out wheels, and They want a re-release of the
85.
The Marty with the, when he changes into the jacket and has the lace up Nikes.
Yep.
And the hoverboard.
Yep. Back to the Future 2, baby. We got some John Cena. Our last show, we just had one image of him when they first teased him, but he's up for pre-order now. I still think the likeness is good here.
I think the likeness looks like Arnold.
Yeah, I remember you said that. It's like, get to the chopper.
Mm-hmm.
Just the face. The body style looks like John Cena, but that face is Arnold.
Yeah, it is. Can't not see it now.
Yeah. So
I'm
that's
surprised Hot Toys has not done him.
I am too. But maybe they will. I mean, maybe they just haven't announced it yet.
Maybe they're waiting for his series. He's got his own series coming out.
That's true.
There were some pictures came out this week from some, I guess they were already filming it.
Mm-hmm.
These are some shots from our friend Leo. We did a little quick review. Again, thank you to him.
That's pretty.
Yeah, it turned out really well. Again, this is not my style. Like I just don't love the art germ style in some of these statues, but I think she turned out really well.
Yep.
Great texture, great paint. And I know that people have been waiting for this one for a while. A lot of people thought that they would never get it. So obviously Leo gets his months before everybody else.
Those flying fish are great.
I thought that was a nice touch. I think the water looks really great. Mm-hmm. This one was teased also by XM, and I'm going to show you a series of them. I don't know if this is like who this is. If is it Thanos? Obviously, he's got like the Infinity Gauntlet. He's got all of these different like trophies. He's got Silver Surfer's board.
That's a Sentinel head.
Yeah, Sentinel head is the throne. So I have no idea who this would be. Maybe people in the chat would, or maybe you guys know. But I would
almost feel like that's not Thanos.
You think it's Hulk?
They're saying Maestro.
That's what I wondered. It was a Hulk character.
So anyway, it looks like this would be just a tremendously massive piece. If that's a Sentinel head. So I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to share it with you guys. I thought this was interesting. Sideshow's starting to sell jock art. I don't like this jock art personally.
I've seen. I would have picked something else.
Yeah, but I thought it was cool they're working with him, so maybe we'll see some more things from him.
I thought it was cool that there was some Jim Lee art popped up there.
Yeah,
and I kind of would like. There was one him and Catwoman that I would have liked to have had.
So maybe we'll see some more from them. Maybe. This was Kotobaki, I believe. Venom. Thought it looked pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Kind of different, kind of like long stretched out. I thought the face was really good.
Yeah, that's cool.
So obviously it's going to be more of a budget piece, but still impressive. Look at that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think there was a Carnage to go with that too.
I think you're right. I just think it's really neat. I think it's part of their Art FX, if I remember right. But I just think that looks awesome. Cool pose. Haven't had a lot of Prime 1 releases recently that we talk about here on the channel, but I did want to throw this one in for any Transformers fans. This one just went up for pre-order this week. This is Earthrise War for Cybertron, and kind of that classic look. But I think this one's a fun one. It looks great. So anyway, there's that one. It does have a light up feature. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Hydra Stomper again with Steve Rogers. Again, he can fit inside, which is cool. And I do think the Hydra Stomper looks really cool. It's really neat. Kind of more of that OG Iron Man look.
Have y'all been watching What If?
I've only seen the first episode.
Oh my God. They've all been really good. The one this past week was really good.
How many are there so far? Do you know?
5 or 6.
Yeah, I think maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
So I am really
almost
behind.
What if Killmonger had found Tony Stark before he was kidnapped? That is like the craziest.
That's crazy.
Story.
Yeah.
And what it causes to happen it's kind of terrifying.
Oh wow. Well, like my wife and I were watching the first one, and we always kind of like try to save shows to watch together. You know, it's it's hard to find a night where we can actually do that. But we did watch the first episode, and I don't think that she was as excited about it as I was. Like, she loves Marvel, she loves the MCU, but she thought it was just such, like, it was just kind of weird to her, concept wise. So I haven't really pushed it, but maybe I'll try again to see, because I'd like to watch the other ones, but I always don't want to watch them in case she does want to see them with me. So, but
the zombie one's great too.
I was going to say, I've heard really good things about the zombie one.
The Ant-Man head, because all that's left of him is his head and a thing, and then Doctor Strange's cape starts carrying him around.
That's cool.
And
that's awesome. So anything from all that we looked at tonight, anything that you say, hey, I got to buy, anything from that list? Do I hear crickets? I hear crickets again.
We'll see out the dark side pieces.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely the top of my list for sure. I've heard, and I don't really know like the Spock and stuff, but I've heard they're kind of overpriced.
Well, it's $1,300 for the Spock.
Just Spock. Like there's no big base. There's just Spock.
Yeah, I mean, like Jeff said, it's kind of the same thing with Prime 1 and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, good point.
But it was both of those pieces. That was too much money, I thought, for that piece, and I did not order either one.
$1,300 for an untested company that's unreleased. So if Spock is $1,300, how much is a Nicholson Joker going to be?
Yep.
But it's your only option. You got to take a chance.
It's the only game in town, and they know you're going to buy it.
Yep.
Here you go. It's good. It's going to be empty like it usually is, but I tell you, it'll be real interesting to follow that story. I'm really excited to see where that takes us. But yeah, I would imagine the price is going to be nuts. So we'll see. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up tonight? We've been going a little over 2 hours. So what do you guys, anything else you want to discuss?
I don't think so. Although if you're considering buying the XM Zatanna from your distributor, today's the last day to get the bonus plaque. So if you want the bonus plaque, you got to make up your mind in the next few hours.
I know somebody right here that's going to be getting the bonus plaque.
Yes. Hopefully on time this time.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Good luck with that. Yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath very long.
He was good at getting me the sanity.
So that's right. So I do want to plug Secret Sanctuary once again. It sounds like Jeff's any day now going to be getting that great piece from Sideshow. And that is the Deadpool. And is it like shipping, or have you got a notification yet?
Well, it's processing today. So we'll see. Normally what happens is it gets picked up by UPS tonight, and either I get tracking when I wake up tomorrow morning, or it's in this weird UPS limbo where I don't get anything for 2 or 3 days, and then it magically appears on Friday or Monday or something.
What makes more sense to me, and I want you to follow me on this, what they should do is they should pick up the box, go across the street, ring your doorbell, and just put it inside your house for you, because that's really what they should do.
Well, all jokes aside, they should let me go pick it up.
Yeah,
I know. That should definitely be an option for locals.
And they will not let me do that.
And maybe it's like it's a security thing, maybe, or something. I don't know. I mean, they're pretty top secret with their store. I mean, their facility.
Yeah.
They don't let just anybody in there.
Oh, I got one more thing I can say.
Okay, let's hear it.
So if you're a comic collector, you're probably familiar with Torpedo Comics.
Yes.
They have a big store in Las Vegas that's pretty well known. They have a smaller store in Orange, California, which is not as well known, but it's a nice store. They have a new store also in my neighborhood at the Irvine Spectrum, which is a very popular outdoor mall here in Orange County. And they opened 2 weeks ago. I went in there today. They have a lot of Sideshow stuff in there and a lot of slabbed comics. So if you happen to be in Orange County, check out Torpedo Comics at the Irvine Spectrum.
Are you going to be in Orange County at that store?
I was there today.
Did you film a store tour?
No, you know why?
Why?
Because I had to rush home to be on Rogues Gallery Live.
Oh man, that freaking BSC is so demanding. He's always like, "Oh, you got to be on this show and you got to be on that show."
I literally had 5 minutes in that store, and you saw me. I signed on at 4 minutes till showtime here, so I just barely made it.
Not only that, but you were enjoying a delicious banana.
And it was a delicious banana.
It was. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I might go back and film something.
Yeah, you should, because like you put it on your channel. Like I'm sure people would love to see that. Absolutely.
But I'll need to ask because Torpedo has a social media presence of their own, and they might not want me to do that. But I'll ask them.
Yeah, they do live things. They do live sales on Instagram almost every night.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say, like if anybody ever if you're a YouTuber out there, just ask. Like Jeff said, most of the time, almost everybody that I've talked to will either they'll say, "Is there going to be any audio?" Because like I've filmed some stories and they're like, "You're not going to have any audio on this, right?" Because some of the things they're talking about is not really appropriate. And also they'll say, "Just please do not film the people. Don't film the customers or don't film the employees." So that's usually their main requirement from the times I've done it. And that makes sense. That makes sense. It protects people's privacy.
Sure.
And sometimes there might be a blurred person in the background, but that's something I always try to be mindful of, is just to try not to get anybody in the shot. Because you're not there to focus on them, you're focused on the statues and stuff. So that's cool. Thank you for plugging them, and I'm anxious to see your video. That'd be really cool.
Sure.
Let's see. Coming up on the channel, guys, have a lot this week. Just in terms of my channel, we've got the Batman Hush review. We've got the Prime 1 Hush Huntress review. We've got some other mystery ones that you guys don't know about. And also the prototype Samurai Scarecrow review as well. So some big pieces. It's always funny how there can be months with nothing. Like it's just this giant statue drought. And then all of a sudden everything comes in at once. And that's exactly what's happened to me. So I've been working my butt off to try to get some decent content out there for you guys and do some decent reviews. I think all of them are over 25 minutes long. So they're lengthy reviews, but hopefully you enjoy them. Let's see, live content. Our next Rogues Gallery Live, it's official, will be an auction show. And so start collecting your things, Jeff, and Eric, and Dan. And so we can have an auction show. So that will be the next show on the, let me look, that'll be on the 6th of October, guys. It's almost October.
Yeah.
Then the next show after that will be a very special interview with a very special artist and sculptor for companies that you are very familiar with. I'm not going to announce who it is quite yet. And then that will, of course, lead us into the end of the month for a Halloween spooktacular right here on Rogues Gallery Live. So I'm really excited about that. And lots of other announcements coming up, guys. I've got a lot planned for the channel, so definitely keep staying tuned. I really appreciate it. Thank you to the 135 people still listening to us talk. I really appreciate it. My throat's about ready to go. I'm ready to be done talking. So without further ado, thank you guys so very much. Thanks for everybody in the chat. We're going to have a great time on the next Rogues Gallery Live. So save up your coins and pennies, folks. And bid along with us. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Anything else you guys want to say before we head out?
I'm going to auction off a date with Dan.
Yeah.
It's going to go for thousands.
I'm gonna be the high bidder. I'm excited. I've never met Dan. That would give me an excuse to actually, like, fly to his house. And,
he flew to my house.
I know he did. So see, there you go.
Definitely tune in. I got some items I'm most likely let go very low.
Nice.
Was it?
I think I might even have a statue for sale as well. So it'll be a fun show. So anyway, thanks for everybody for staying for the whole 2 hours. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you did, please hit that like button. Join us on Facebook, Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. Join Secret Sanctuary on Facebook, Instagram, Batman Statue Collector, all that. Plug. And now I'm going to go take a nap. So everybody have a good night. I'll see you in the Batcave. Good night, everybody.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Take care.